My name is Montana Inez. I am the owner here at Inez Eye Design. We've been here for about 2.5 years now, and we do cosmetic tattooing. Basically here we microblade eyebrows. It can go by feather stroke tattooing, microblading, just eyebrow tattooing in general really. It's the process of implanting hair stroke looking tattoo strokes into the eyebrow area to create a natural result. The type of person that would go for something like this is people that either have like full brows already and are looking for something to fill them out a little bit more, create a bit more definition or a bit more structure, or people that don't have any eyebrows at all can also get great results from something like this. We can go from basically no eyebrows to full brows, or already great brows to even better brows. So basically the first step when you come in is we'll do a little consultation first. So we'll go over exactly what you're hoping to achieve, go over the shapes that we're wanting to look at and everything like that. The next step is that we will fill everything in with makeup first so that you get to see exactly what everything's going to look like before we start. You can bring in a photo reference, or we can just go off of your facial features and kind of work off of that. And yeah, so that way we can get a great idea of what they're going to look like before any tattooing starts. After we've drawn them all in, we can go over some colour swatches that we can swatch onto your skin so that we can match them with your natural hair colour. People generally tend to have a bit of a misconception that it's going to be quite a painful procedure to go through because it is on a very sensitive part of your face, obviously. So yeah, before we start any tattooing, we apply a good layer of numbing cream to the area, and then we start the tattooing after that. So it's all done beforehand, and then throughout the procedure we do re-numb you several times as well. So if you do end up feeling anything, we kind of top you up the whole way through. So there is generally no pain. A lot of my clients tend to fall asleep throughout the treatment, so yeah. So we did Alex's brows a few months ago now, and that was her first session. So then she came in today for her touch-up session. So generally with microblading you have 2 sessions. The first one is to kind of lay down the base and get everything structured, and then the second session is generally a bit of a perfecting session so that we can just make sure that everything's healed nicely and make any adjustments necessary. So that's generally done around the 6 to 8 week mark. So that's what we did today. Alex already had really great brows, so we didn't really have to do too much to them in terms of reshaping and everything like that. We kind of just added a lot more fullness and a bit more definition. She also did have a little scar on one side of her brow, so we made sure that we covered that up. And today we went over that little scar again and made sure that it was all nice and covered. And we just made her front nice and fluffy, brought them in a little bit closer, and now they're pretty perfect. Probably the most rewarding thing about doing what I do is definitely seeing people's reactions when they look in the mirror for the first time, especially if they, have been through things like chemo or alopecia or things like that. If they've had previous tattooing done that hasn't quite worked out too well, definitely fixing those up and kind of giving them new brows and new confidence and everything like that is definitely the best part of the day.
So it's been about 2 weeks since I had my appointment, which you guys just saw, and I wanted to wait because I wanted to be able to show you guys the final product now that my brows are all healed. They are literally perfect. Montana did such a good job. Before I went in for my appointment, I was really quite skeptical about it because I am terrified of needles. Even though I have tattoos, people are always like, why are you so scared of needles when you have tattoos? I don't know. I just have always been terrified of them, but this process was honestly not painful at all. As soon as she put the numbing cream on, I could barely feel anything. I almost fell asleep in my appointment, to be honest. If you have ever considered getting this done, I would honestly recommend it because it's cut out so much time for me in the mornings when I do my makeup, when I get ready. The brows have always been something that has taken me the longest, and now I can just put my face on and go out the door and not have to worry about it. I'll bring the camera in a little bit closer just so that you guys can get a better look at the brows. If you guys have any more questions about my experience or about getting your brows feathered, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.